Cara Dune, a veteran of the Galactic Civil War who fought for the rebellion. Cara is a seasoned warrior who has put her days of military disciplinary behind her, and now has reinvented herself as a mercenary. Hello, welcome to another episode of Centurion's Corner, and today we're reviewing Cara Dune from the Mandalorian TV series that's airing currently on the Disney Plus channel. I think they're up to episode 5 now, where there's 8 episodes. So our American cousins over there, over the pond, are watching it nicely, with us over in Europe probably trying to catch it on the cuff or not to see spoilers. But which is quite hard really if you're any kind of social media kind of follower of Star Wars at the moment. But nonetheless, I watched this episode the other night, which is Centurion. It was episode 4 that revealed this character. And even when this figure was coming out, I actually thought, do you know what? I really want this character. She looks cool. She looks Star Warsy, with a slight bit of sort of Alien Vasquez or something about her. You know, that kind of sort of armoured clad female character. And what can we say? Just crack on with the review and see what she has to offer, I suppose. So down in the corner down here, we've got kind of resemblance to the actress, which is Gina Carano. And then on the other side, we have Cara Dune and Cara Dune, just in the black. She is number 101. And on the back, we have a bigger part of that pencil drawing, plus a bio. So, without further ado, let's crack this bad girl open. Right, here she is in a blister pack, and it's pretty cool. I mean, we've got this big, massive, meaty gun. Kind of looks a bit like a massive M60, crossed with like a sort of massive shotgun, I suppose, in a way. We've got a tiny, tiny little pistol, which looks really small in comparison to other weapon. And we actually got a cool little knife as well. So I'm guessing it's like a vibro blade. So we're going to take our first little look at her out of the packet. And then I'll go away, take some photos, which I'll show at the end of the video. And then put her through her paces to see what kind of sort of articulation and everything she has. She's got that kind of sort of hollow feeling that sometimes these sort of like Black Series characters have, which feels a bit like a slight model kit in a way. And yeah, I kind of like her shape as well. I kind of like this sort of thick set shape. She's not a typical sort of run-of-the-mill sort of female character that they kind of sort of produce, where it's always sort of straight lines and stuff. So yeah, I mean, she looks the part. She looks like she would knock you out. And yeah, well, we'll go away, take some photos, and we'll see you in a mo. Cara Dune, a veteran of the Galactic Civil War who fought for the rebellion. Cara is a seasoned warrior who has put her days of military disciplinary behind her, and now has reinvented herself as a mercenary. Hello, so welcome back. Been away, taking some photos with her. And again, Hasbro have knocked themselves out of the park. I think I've started collecting Black Series just at the right time, because I'm actually getting blown away with these figures. They actually start to look a bit like NECA figures now. They've got this facial tech printing. We've got the articulation always seems to be a little bit more, there now. Like, yeah, okay, there's a few hindrance on certain figures because of armour restrictions and stuff like that, but they all seem to have this sort of at least a good 90-degree elbow bend. They all got the good sort of rotation and the legs and all that. Nothing's really getting in their way now. And yeah, I must admit that actually pretty chuffed with this character. And I picked her up at Star Action Toys for $19.99, which is kind of like the asking price at the moment. You might get her at $18.95 on certain other websites and stuff at the moment, but she's part of the new wave that's just come out. And yeah, absolutely awesome. So she comes with 3 accessories, and yeah, each accessory itself is pretty cool. The big blaster looks ace. I have a few little problems with it, so we'll just go through that. So I'll keep her in this pose at the moment because it is a bit of a struggle just trying to get the gun into her hand. It feels like as if the gun is not actually physically made for her, which is a bit unusual for Black Series. Normally they just sort of fit nice and snug into their hands. So yeah, she can hold it, she can pull it around. Once it's in her mitts, she's got a good sort of like range on there. It's just, however, like the handle of it is quite big. It's quite a massive handle, but her kind of like grasp on her hand is a lot smaller, so you have to really push it in and get it into there. So as you can see, like the size of the grip and her hand sort of part, you have to sort of like spread her fingers apart and then try and squeeze in her trigger finger on there as well. But apart from that, once it's in, it's not too bad. The gun itself has paint applications on there, but it does feel like a cheap plastic gun, and it still kind of displays that off as well when you're sort of looking at it. So we've got this sort of brown stock on the end with a bit of weathering, got the brown grip as well, and then we've kind of got these sort of like muzzle sort of like scarring on there where it's just chipped away at the paint, so it's a bit of a lighter silver. And then it goes into this unpainted area, which actually brings the gun down quite a few pegs. But we've got these sort of barrel parts on there with these sort of like ribbing around on it for details. And then we've got this sort of like brown strap. It's kind of pegged in at one end, and just unfortunately it's kind of just only clipped at one end, so you can actually tie it around her without kind of sort of stretching the belt, I suppose. But because it's only a little clip, it just comes undone quite a lot, unfortunately. So and it does fall down, but you know, if you're just posing her with it, you know, it works all right and it works well. And then going on to our other accessory, we've got this little tiny little blaster, so we've got a nice holster for it. Reminds me a bit of like a Naboo gun, I suppose, back in the day, but with a bit of a sight on it. And nice and silver, but again, as it's getting smaller, the paint applications on there, it's just a silver with a bit of brown. And then that just pokes in over her finger, and then she's got a little blaster. So can't go wrong with that. And she uses this pistol more often than not in the episode. I won't give too much away really, but yeah, you know, all the accessories that she has, they are there. And the third accessory, at first I didn't think there was a place for it, which is the knife. Again, with a brown sort of kind of handle on there, and just like it just looks a little bit blunt, kind of looks like an old medieval kind of knife. But yeah, her boots are kind of got like there's a soft sort of material there, and if you just look down, there's just a small slight little hole in the boot that you can actually just slide straight on and put the knife in. And just make sure it gets into the right way, and there it goes. Nice, very nice indeed. And with that, while she's here, we go through our articulation. So she can do her head left, go right. She can look down, but she can't really look up too much because she's got a very high collar at the back, and then obviously her hair kind of swipes around. So her arms can come up. It's hindered by these sort of pauldron parts here, but they are sort of soft rubber material, so it does give a tiny little bit of give in there. They can come up this far, and then we can do that with her elbow, and we get a little bit more than a 90 degree. Got a rotation at the wrist, and then also we've got a hinge. Got a rotation kind of at the waist, got a little bit of ab crunch, and got more kind of back movement than we actually got front movement on there. And then down at her legs, she can spread her legs quite wide, which is quite nice, and kick forward quite far, and then we can go back with quite a reasonable amount of posing on there. We've got the upper thigh rotation, and then we've got a double jointed knee, comes right up once it starts kicking in, and then obviously we've got the rocker and the pivot on the ankle. And she's quite a nice sturdy character as well, so when she's got both feet on the ground, she's wherever you're going to put her, she stays, which is quite nice for this sort of type of character, where you can get them into those nice big meaty kind of mercenary poses to go with all the other bounty hunters and just sort of look like they're just causing havoc and hell. So we go over her sculpt, and yeah, she really looks like the actress Gina, who was also in Deadpool and played Angel. And yeah, I mean, literally Hasbro on this one, it's another well done likeness on there. It's just absolutely captures the sort of esque of the character, and it's just the head's the right proportion, everything's the right size. It just feels great, and considering this is a character that's only really just come out, a bit of concept art I suppose that they got, yeah, it's just everything looks really good. And when you go over the review, you actually start really noticing the details that are in this character. At first it just kind of looks like someone's bit of armour and that's it. But yeah, I mean, great for the face. We go to this part here, we've got this kind of sort of like nice collar that comes around, and we've got this sort of cobalt kind of blue, and yeah, I mean, as I said before, these are a bit squidgy. And it goes onto the chest part here, and we've got all this sort of like scrapes and marks on there, and then we kind of got this sort of nice material over the sort of like breastplate area, and it's also on the back, so we've got all those sort of details in there. And then just underneath that armour, we've actually got like a plain black kind of t-shirt, and actually it dips up here so you can actually still see it underneath. And then we've got the wrinkles and the creases just under there. We've got a tattoo on this arm here, and then you go down to a sort of like wrist gauntlets, just kind of armoured with a bit of a comm link on there, and then over the gloves we've got another little bit of armour. Same again on the other side, just no sort of comm link looking thing here. Got the belt with a nice bit of ribbon on there, and this one's sort of slightly loose, it's a little bit kind of sort of away from the character, not part of the sculpt. But then we're going back into the armour part that goes all the way down the legs, so we've got all that nice detailing on there. And then we've got this extra armour part just on the upper thigh, and this one's got a shin pad or a knee pad. And yeah, got the scrapes, got the marks, got a holster up here. You know, no sort of cool leather looking, looks a little bit rubberized. And then down on the boots, so this one's slightly different colouring to this one, because this one's a moulded boot and this one's kind of sort of detached. That's why we've got that little hole there, so it's kind of like a holster for the knife. And down to her brown boots. So in all, she's pretty cool. Obviously Hasbro again are copped out on the back, where they've not put any weathering or anything on there. But apart from that, she is a very cool character, and for $19.99 I'd highly recommend it. So again, I mean, if you're a big fan of the new Mandalorian sort of TV series out there, you know, brilliant. If you're a completionist, you're going to get her anyway, as I always say. But I would actually highly recommend this character, even as an action figure. If you're a kid out there that just enjoys these kind of sort of toys, then yeah, she's really a really good figure, and I would highly recommend it. So guys, that's been my review of Cara Dune. You can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me in the comments down below, you can subscribe, ding the bell, you can do all that. Everything is a good thumbs up. So until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.